Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. That's what my Clara dope boys like say. But ladies and gentlemen, we're out here at Cheeky's Braamfontein over at the Over to You EP launch session, and I have one and a half of one of the members, ladies and gentlemen. I don't like introducing my guests. I always feel like you always gotta own your name. That is your name. Take it with pride and give it up. I've been saying this for each and every single guest. They must know that every single time you get interviewed for me and I don't know you like that, and it's my first time having you on camera, better introduce yourself. So own that, bro.
Okay, this nigga do know me like that. We'll start there. But I'll take the opportunity to say, get rolling skate. Your home ain't safe. You know the place. We spray your face. Because if you know my address, that's bad for you. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, I'm really happy to have you guys here today.
Nah, for real.
Thank you for coming to join us. And welcome to the Over to You listening session.
Nah, that's amazing, bro. I mean, Northwest, born and bred.
Yes.
You know, coming to Johannesburg.
Yes.
How was that transition been, especially being at the music era, the music space?
Got you. I feel like it's been really good. I mean, we've got really inspirational acts that have shown us that it's possible to push out beyond the province.
Yeah.
You know, I come from like Bumo Muli, Double HP. If we're speaking about like a province, you know what I mean? So the confidence to try and take this on already exists because I know that we've got like icons from that area. And it's been a really good journey, personally. I didn't necessarily grow up in the Northwest. I spent a lot of my time there. I spent a lot of time around the rest of the country. So it's I'll be honest, it was a little bit difficult to try and find an identity to contextualize and present to Johannesburg. But I think I found a space that I'm comfortable in and a part of myself that I can show. And I'm glad to be doing it out here in Johannesburg. So I'll say it's been a very welcoming transition. I've had some slip-ups, you know. I've had places where I've gone quicker than I might have anticipated. So it's a give and take, but I've had a good time in general.
Nah, that's amazing, bro. Especially like being at the space of rapping. You know, sometimes like I always feel like rappers have like the hardest task because now you have to tell a story, rhyme with it, and follow the rhythm of the beat. You know. Talk about the artistry of just rhythm and poetry, rap, especially in hip hop.
I'll be honest. I think I take music on as like I might have mentioned earlier on the day, but like as a puzzle for me. It's a really cool way for me to practice how much I understand language.
Yeah.
As I guess my primary engagement into the things that I like to fiddle with in the universe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I really like to influence language, and I am affected heavily by music, by rhythm, by the things that move through me. So creating for me is a cool place for me to kind of join things that come natural with things that I want to become better at. You know what I mean? So it becomes this place where I learn to be really good at delivering messages if I can, but it also helps me translate my own emotions.
That's
you know,
amazing.
So the bigger part of it, if I had to like swing it either 60-40, I think the bigger part of it is like trying to contextualize my emotions, but I like trying to figure out how to make that sound like a really cool way for you to relate to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you can say anything, but you could say that same thing a different way.
For
And
real.
why not?
Different cadence.
And why not? You know what I mean? So I think that's the part that excites me about my process. Is that I take the genre, I take the craft into consideration. You know, you still have to make music, you still have to make hip hop, but how do you sort of turn that on its head? How do you inject your own life into that? How do you inject your own influences and your own personality into that? Is really what excites me about the thing, because there's a lot to consume out there, and I think sometimes it's nice to consume something that says the thing for you.
Nah, that's amazing, bro. Especially like now, speaking about rap, we are out here at Cheeky's Bram, and for you and releasing your new EP, Over to You EP. Tell me through the emotions that you had to work through, speaking about, you know, my bladder from the intro, especially the outro. I want people to please listen to that outro of Over to You EP. Like, talking about like, because I feel like you went a little bit deep. You talked about your, love. You talked about niggas, especially on clout. You talked about niggas busy going crazy, busy acting like they're the shit,
Yeah.
but they're not backing it up. Talk about that process.
Was it entirely personal? I'll say no. A lot of it was observational, and part of it was, I guess, again to use the word, injecting my own personality into my perceptions. I'm not always right about the things that I see, but from where I'm standing, if I can form a context, if to me it looks like you're doing this, that's the story I'll tell. If it looks to me like this is what I'm doing, that's the story I'll tell. Because not always am I like in agreement with myself. Sometimes you do things for the plot, which is bad. Like,
yeah, you do the plot.
It really is bad. Like, you'll be asleep in your bed. Like maybe people will tell you like it's a good omen if you're asleep after 10 p.m. Like if you get a text after 10 p.m.
You must
and
play
people
at
tell you
11,
come
11.
outside, or like if Oaks tell you come outside after 10 p. and you're like, my mama told me.
Was
then
God
you
told you?
You get me? And you're like, but for the plot.
Yeah, hold on.
But
It's
for
like
the
saying
plot,
Biggie Smalls in the mirror time.
What happens if I do leave after 10? You know what I mean? So it
Curiosity
becomes
of
that,
it.
and you learn so much through, I guess, being an observational eye to people that want to exist there. And they also have a story. People that are discouraged from, I guess, I don't want to say existing, but being present in certain moments get to be identified when you go and exist in those moments with them. So maybe I'm not the guy on the dance floor, but I was there at the party and I saw you dancing. And I'd really love to capture how you felt about that, even though both of us weren't supposed to be out that night. You know what I mean? You still matter. Yeah, so it's just that, trying to capture the fact that we matter in all parts of us.
all aspects.
Yeah, like it's more that.
That's amazing.
Yeah, man.
I mean, like, this is not you and Raps' first album, or first tape. You guys made a tape called
in your VIP.
Yeah. People say it's a whip. It's not a whip. It's a VIP, bro. It's in your VIP, dog. Because of the exclamation point and it's W side. So like, going into this new project, over to you. What would you want it to show to the world or to the country or to your people that you guys didn't get to express on Bump This Year?
That we were willing to be more patient and that we would appreciate some patience as a general feeling. It's a sentiment I've echoed with rap a lot. The first project was because we met. Because a lot of guys do the whole we should work, we should link, exchange numbers and nothing comes of it. You know what I mean? And the reason that thing was 3 tracks long was because we had 3 songs on us. You know what I mean? And it was like a case of like, yo bro, let's put these songs out so that we actually, we have to account to the public. Apart from the fact that you're texting me and I'm texting you back, we're going to stay in this loop of like we should work if we don't publish. You know what I mean? So after letting people know that we're past the no nonsense, we're past the meeting in the nightclub and exchanging handles thing, that we've actually put work out, and that's why I guess the first song starts with a poem. It's on this one, we know you're listening.
And we are listening.
So let's slow down. Let's take rap back to rap. Rhythm and poetry. Let's maybe start you off with a poem. Because on this one, so the intention on this one was to be more patient with how long we took to give it to the people, with how we gave it to folks, with what we offered attached to it. You know what I mean? And with how it began. It didn't start with raps. The first project that we done together. It's no talk. The first line is I crack a whip like bad paint. And that's because like we do work. That's the bottom line. Like there's the nature of what we do is we do work. And with this one it was like we got to relax because you guys do believe us. We do get in studio. And when we get in studio we do publish. You know what I mean? But given the opportunity to take our time, because we've just gotten to know one another, this is what we can produce. And I think the thing that we're trying to allow our audience to become more comfortable with is to be patient with us. Is that the longer you wait, the better the product is becoming. That's it really. That was the intention of this one. Is to let you know that we put together 48 minutes of music because you gave us the time to do it.
That's amazing, bro. Any messages towards the future rappers, the future artists that want to step into the music space.
Yeah, call me so I can take advantage of
Let's-
you and your contract. I'm pissed. I'm just fucking with you. Do the thing. Do the thing. We're trying to grow art. We're trying to grow how important we are in this country. There are a lot of directions to look in. I know a lot of us are capitalists before we are patriots. So you might find yourself looking towards other avenues before you find yourself at a voting station. I don't blame you. You're not an idiot. Get your life. Look into your art as a way to save you. But do stay involved with the things that happen in your country. Try to remain a guiding light. Try to remain a guiding source.
That's amazing.
Because even in your bitterness and your resentment,
Yeah.
let's not forget the point of art, more especially hip hop. Let's educate. Let's grow, and let's entertain still. But let us not turn our backs on one another. Is the only thing I'll say. Is because of all the advice I can give you, the only thing that's ever going to appeal to you is something that matters when you're by yourself.
Yeah.
You can make mainstream, you can make underground, you can make whatever, but when you're sitting by yourself, you measure all of this shit. And I'm just saying, don't forget that this is about people. That's the only thing I'll say.
That's amazing.
This is about people. Yeah.
Nah. Where can we find you on the socials? Plug us where we can see the music.
Rohlen, ROHLEN _ anywhere. Otherwise, Linktree, Skevo. Yeah, search me on YouTube. I'm on Apple Music. I'm on Spotify. The videos are out. The audios are out. The lyric videos are out. Just get with us, man. Just
Nah, that's
fuck with us.
amazing.
Yeah, just
Bump
get with us.
over to you, EP. Bump it.
Because that's who we're handing it.
Yeah.
To. We're handing it over to you. Yeah.
That's a nice thing on
it,
words.
bro. That's
Real.
it. Yeah.
Nah, that's amazing, bro, ladies and gentlemen. It is the only one. Rohlen
Scavo.
Scavo.
Thank you.
For real, for real. This is so many TMPs, ladies and gentlemen. We're forever in the loop. Over to you, EP launch right here, Cheeky's Bram. Come fuck with us.